Hi everyone, Melissa here from Collecting Dreamcatcher, and today I have a new and exciting video that I wanted to share, and I wanted to go over how I track my on-the-way items. So this can be from tracking from trades or tracking from sales, and I think this really helps, especially if you're on multiple platforms, like say you're buying maybe from I don't know, like Instagram, a Facebook group. You could be buying from like Mercari or like maybe buying from eBay, like whatever, or you're trading and you might have like maybe go through a period of time where you have a lot of things that you're purchasing and you just want to make sure you're getting them all and you're keeping track of like the seller, where you're getting it from, if it's on its way, like just making sure you're very organized. And I think that this can really help. I started doing this recently. And mine might be in more detail than maybe some people need theirs to be. But I thought the more detailed, the better. It also kind of helps with making sure that I have a record of maybe who I've dealt with. So then if you have someone who, say, is really, really good, or maybe you use them and then you decide that they're not the greatest, like then you have like a note. I'll show you as I create this with you. But then you have like an opportunity to leave kind of little notes maybe about the seller, just in case you do have maybe a not so great experience or maybe a wonderful experience and you're like, I want to deal with this person again. So let's get started. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to create a template, and then I'm going to do an example where I fill in the template, and then similarly to how I did my budgeting video, I'm going to share this so that you can, if you want, you can either follow along and build your own, or if you want to, you can access this document and copy and paste out what I did and use it as a starting point. So the first thing that I want to include is, well, I guess the first thing is like, what are you getting? So the items, so this can either be like an item title, an item description maybe, or just like, I guess really anything, what it is, but descriptive enough that you know. This can also help to like mitigate if you tend to maybe buy duplicates of things, like you forget, say maybe that you purchased a certain photo card. This can kind of help with that as well. And then my B, so you can do this the same as me, or maybe you have a different approach that works better, but I'm just going to be sharing my own. But my B column, I usually put the seller or trader. So usually that's either their @ handle or their name if it's off of Facebook, or some kind of describer. And then I keep C for the platform. So if you maybe only purchase off of like eBay, or you only purchase off of Instagram, that might not be needed, but I tend to do various places, so I like to have the platform. Then I have a status bar. I have a location of the seller. This might be important to some people not. I prefer right now during COVID to, if I can, purchase from North American sellers. But I have purchased from select individuals internationally, so I like to put in what country they're from, because the next few things is like the date it shipped out. Whoops, I can't spell. And then the date it arrived. And then that way, just kind of for my own personal reference, I know like if I bought something from like China, maybe it took like a month or whatever the dates would be. And then I think that kind of helps me personally, at least moving forward with other maybe sellers from that same country, just kind of gauge how long something takes to arrive. And then my last one that I have is I usually just keep sorry, I had to make sure I spelled that correctly. So my last one is just keeping a tally of positive experience. And usually for this, I just write yes or no. If I write no, I usually leave a reason. So then over here, I'm going to have a legend. Oops. And so the legend is going to associate for me with the status bar. So I might have this might be way too detailed for some people, but this is kind of how my brain works. So I have an inquiry, paid, packaged, shipped, arrived, and then heaven forbid, but I have it just in case I have a missing one. I'm going to format these in a minute, but so for my coloring, you can make this whatever color you want. I usually put inquiry as orange. Paid, I usually do like a dark green, I don't know, money. And then packaging, I do as blue. Shipped is yellow. arrived is a bright green, and then missing is red. So I think that's just a good way to kind of stay organized. I'm going to bold and center that. These I'm also going to bold and center. And I'm just going to make some of these a little bigger so that I can see them all the titles. There we go. So this, I'll add just maybe a few borders. There we go. Okay, so I just kind of have this set up, and I'll just do like one big. And again, if you want to use this, feel free to customize it to however this works for you. But this is kind of a basic of what I tend to work with, and I'm gonna hit Control C, Control V, and just kind of fix up these borders, or yeah, is that what it's called? Borders, width, whatever. And now we're gonna do an example just so you can see how it works. So one of the first things I'm gonna put in, it doesn't even really matter what like this is, because this is an example, so none of this is based off of anything, but say I got a GU Escape the Era selfie card, and I'm just gonna say I wish because I don't have anything from that, and it's gonna be from @JohnSmith, and he's gonna be on Instagram. For status, I'm gonna say, oops, that's the wrong button. I'm gonna say that it has arrived. This person is located in Canada. They shipped on October 1st, and we'll say it arrived today on the 8th. Oops, I forgot to put the year. And I'm going to say that I had a positive experience with them. Oh, that's weird that this one changed and this one didn't. There we go. Okay, so then that'll be my first one, and my second one, again, maybe this time we'll do Sua, the End of Nightmare, selfie. I don't know why they're all selfie cards right now. And then this can be Jane Smith, and Facebook. Maybe this one has shipped. We'll say they're from the US. Maybe this one also shipped on the 1st. As I said, I'm making this up. So since this one is shipped, it hasn't arrived. So we'll leave the arrival. And then since I haven't received it yet, I'll leave the experience empty. So this is kind of how I filled it out. So I'll do kind of one for each level. Okay, so next we'll do Xi'an Raydream selfie. We're just getting all the selfie cards today. And this one will be a John Doe from eBay. And the status will say that it was just packaged, and maybe they're from China. And since it has been packaged, it has not yet been shipped, has not arrived, and we can't really comment on a positive experience yet. We'll do a few more just to go through all the levels. So then the next one we'll do, let's see, we'll do Handong next. Oops, Handong, what era do we want? Ooh, we want to pretend that we got a Nightmare Handong card? Sure, because it's fake and I don't have that card. So we'll pretend we're getting that one, and this one will be from Jane Doe. And I'm going to say that this maybe is from Macari. And so far we'll say that we have paid for it. And then since it's Macari, I can't spell. Since it's from Macari, they might be from Japan. And then similarly to the packaged one, we don't fill in the date shipped, arrived, or positive experience. And then one of the last ones we're going to do is Yuhyun. And what card should we get for Yuhyun? I really love What Era, so yeah, let's do Alone in the City selfie. Real life I have that card, but we'll pretend we don't for this. So we already did John Smith, John Doe, Jane Doe. I'm running out of fake names. How about Robert? Wait, I feel like I need an @ symbol because I think this person's going to be on Instagram. There we go. And so this one is going to be in the inquiry stage. Maybe I just reached out to them. And most people, if they're sellers on Instagram, well, majority of them will have what country they're from. So I'll just put USA because I tend to buy from a lot of USA sellers. And then, so similarly, there's no date shipped, date arrived, or positive experience. But usually when I put inquiry, it's maybe when I just reach out and ask them like, hey, is this photo card still available, or can I purchase this photo card, like that initial reach out. Sometimes I do that because sometimes some sellers take a really long time. So I do like to have an inquiry option because then I can remember, like, did I already ask someone about that card before? Because, sometimes it's like your DMs get busy or you get busy and you forget. So I like to have that as an option. And then the last one we're going to do is if a card goes missing, or if a card is missing, I guess. So let's see. So we'll say we got a Dami card, and let's see, what era do we want for Dami? We'll do Dystopia, Tree of Language, Selfie. And I don't know, say it is from, trying to think of another just random name, Pauline. And Pauline is on Instagram as well. I'm just using Instagram a lot because that's where I do most of my buying. Maybe they're from Canada. I don't know. Again, as I said, this is totally made up. Actually, I should make this date really far back. So we'll make it like July 3rd, 2020. I don't know why I said July that way. Don't mind me. So date arrived. Since we put it as missing, there's no arrival date. And then positive experience. So since the card hasn't arrived, you might want to like reach out to the person, or like, I guess it depends on where you buy it from, open like a PayPal thing. I always talk to the person first. But you can always like leave a note, like maybe no, item hasn't arrived yet, which isn't always the seller's fault. But we'll just kind of leave it very vague because this is just an example. So we could just say, no, it wasn't the greatest experience because this item hasn't arrived. Maybe it will, and then you can change it to a yes. But just for this example, that's kind of how we'll leave it. I feel bad that I didn't buy a Gahyeon card for this example, so we'll do one more. So we'll do Gahyeon, and we'll do Dystopia, Lose Myself, Selfie, and George will be who we bought it from. Off of Instagram, and we'll put that one came. This person can also be from Canada. Maybe it was October 1st as well. I'll just use the same dates. Say yes. There we go. So this is essentially how I try to stay organized. You can set up rules and stuff within like Excel if you want to use. I'm using Google Spreadsheets or Google Sheets, I think. The same way that I'd done my budget example. I like to use Google Sheets because then you can have it easily on your phone and they link up to your computer very nicely. So that's my main reason for doing it this way. But yeah, so I think that you can like add your own things. Like maybe if it arrives, you can just hide that row if you want to. I like to see everything I've purchased personally. Maybe because I'm just weird, but that's the way I like to do it. So yeah, I hope this helps some people. I'm going to put in the description box below the link that I'm going to share this so that you'll be able to copy and paste it and use it if you want as a base for your own collection tracking. And yeah, I hope this helps some people and helps them stay organized. Maybe if you tend to like purchase repeat cards, or maybe you want to just keep track of who you buy from, or the status if you just did maybe like a big haul of something. I think that this is a really great way to stay organized and make sure that you don't like accidentally misplace a card or forget that you purchased a card. It also makes it easy for you to check it on your phone as well as on your laptop, and hopefully just overall makes collecting just more enjoyable and easier to do. So yeah, I hope that this helps you if you're looking for making tracking your items that you just purchased a little bit more easier. If it did, let me know in the description box below. I'd love to hear. And of course, this is just my approach, but if you have a better approach, like let me know. Feel free to take what I did and improve upon it, because everything can be made better, as I like to say, and improved upon. And yeah, that's it for this week's video. So I hope you enjoy, and if you did, let me know. If you like K-pop collecting and dreamcatcher content, then please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you, everyone. Bye. You can't see me, but I'm waving my hands. Bye.